Are you ready to unlock the secrets to finding your perfect audience? Discover how you can connect with the right people and skyrocket your online business success. So let's see what we're going to talk about today. What are these 6 key elements? These 6 key elements that we're going to talk about in this video are demographics, psychographics, behaviors, pain points and challenges, market research techniques, and my favorite, which is implementing your findings, which only comes, I'll tell you when we get to number 6. All right, so by focusing on these elements, you can build your detailed profile for your target or of your target audience, right? You create more effective target marketing campaigns for your or with your potential customers, right? So I'll link the free PDF to this information in the description below. So definitely grab it down below. Number 1, key elements to look for in your target audience. Demographics. So depending on who they are, I'm going to provide you with examples. And the first example is marital status. Whether they are single, married, or have children can influence their purchasing decisions, right? So when you're thinking about your target audience, don't forget the marital status if that falls in your line, if that lines up with what your product is, right? The next one is home ownership. Knowing if they rent or own their own home, right, can provide insights into their financial stability and long-term goals. Also, are they renovating, or what is going on in your target audience? You might choose homeowners. 5 reasons why homeowners do not start online businesses, right? 5 reasons why divorcees never get off the couch. So for whatever your target audience is for creating your digital product, be mindful of that. Be mindful of the title, the hook, the line, on how you're going to grab their attention. All right, so number 2, psychographics, right? This is what media consumption comes in, is the first one. Understand the types of media they consume, your target audience. When they're online scrolling, what are they scrolling about, right? This can be blogs, podcasts, TV shows, books, or ways to better target their audience. So if your audience is looking for ways to better their audience, then consider that when you are creating your digital product, right, as a key element. Next is cultural background. So for the cultural background, recognizing their cultural influences can help tailor your messaging to resonate more deeply. So if your target audience is, say, only speaks Spanish, then your product could be how to learn English in 5 easy steps. The first 5 English words you need to know. That is that if they're deciding or wanting to speak English, right? So the first 5 steps to take to start an online digital business, teaching Spanish, right? So even the Spanish speakers teaching Spanish speakers how to do online business. So nonetheless, always use something, if you can, that's in your demographics for the psychographics part of it, right? With their culture, right? So let me see. If you're thinking about culture, Southerners have that drawl in their speech, right? That they are known for being with their hospitality, right? So think about that when you're targeting your audience. Let's talk about number 3, behaviors. Now, behaviors go with brand loyalty. Brand loyalty assesses whether they prefer to stick with certain brands or are open to trying new ones, right? When they go into public marketing, right? If you're dealing with someone who's dealing with branding, then they're going to think about fonts. They're going to think about colors. They're going to think about, no, this type of food should have, if you're talking about food and creating recipe ebooks, then when you talk about this type of food, this is what it is. Like you're doing a banana, what banana colors do, right? So you would choose a branding that resonates with the color of bananas. Or bell peppers, you're writing a recipe on stuffed bell peppers, then you would write on the contents and the colors that would resonate with what the inside of the bell pepper would look like as far as the outside. If it's a red, yellow, green bell pepper, the benefits of each, right? Another one for behaviors is online activity. Determine your target audience's online behavior patterns, right? What are they searching for? What are they looking for? What were they scrolling for, right? As such as the time as they spend on social media, browsing habits, preferred online platforms. So if you're dealing with videos and short reels, TikTok is it for short reels, right? You're doing videos, you got YouTube, right? Then the platform that they're creating them in, is it Vimeo? Is it Loom? Is it their own website? Is it YouTube? So think about their online activity, where they're going for what they're looking for. So recipes, perhaps it's Pinterest, because Pinterest does photos, great for photos. Then you have Etsy. You can place your books over your recipe books over there on Etsy. They just sit there and people, it's a platform. People go look on Etsy for those items, right? Perhaps they're always in marketplace looking to, if your audience is always selling stuff like yard sales, or they pick up items from yard sales or secondhand stores, and they're always refurbishing or redoing, whatever your target audience is, target their behavior through the platform that they will be on, that they browse the most on. Next are pain points and challenges. Now let me stop right here and tell you something. Now we're at number 4. And these pain points and challenges simply were something that I had to think from, always thinking like, okay, positive outreach. I had to reword the positivity, that affirmations that I create. A lot of affirmations. I'll put some down in the description box, but you can find some affirmations over at digitaldreambusiness.com as well. So I create a lot of affirmations. It's who I am. It's what I love. But when it came to creating digital products for my target audience, when I decided to branch out and go more broad, not just for people who are looking for self-help, I had to think, how can I broaden my audience, right? So when I began to target a more broader audience, I had to think about their pain points. What are their pain points? What problems am I solving? Affirmations are affirmations. You just say wealthy affirmations or hope affirmations, and it sold itself, right? But then when I thought about the pain points of my newer target audience, with stay-at-home moms starting an online business, right? Or those in job markets looking to start an online business and eventually walk away from their 9-to-5s, then I had to think, what are their pain points? And some of their pain points were, they're too busy. They're always distracted, right? There's too much going around, or too much around them going on, right? So I'm thinking, okay, they always had to go in. For the ones on the jobs, they always had to go in, they always had to do the commute. So what could I create and do? And I had to think about the pain points that they wanted, that they were in, that they wanted to get out of. So with the pain points, like time constraints, remember I mentioned the commute, or the time constraints when the stay-at-home moms, with all the distractions going around, all the children are up, and still the household chores and things that needed to get done, right? So identify their struggles. Consider and identify the struggles that people have in your niche with time management. So how can your product save them time? Right? This one was something that I had to really, really get out of the box in. And that is a course that I'm actually creating now, right? For stay-at-home moms who are busy and overwhelmed, how they can create their online store, their online digital product in 30 days, right? Doing one thing at a time and have it up and running in 30 days, right? So hit the notifications on this, subscribe to this channel so you'll know when I release that new course. So the next one for pain points and challenges, number 4, are their learning curve. Understand if they have difficulties with complex products, or how your product can be user friendly, right? So when you're thinking about your target audience, how are they going to be using or utilizing your product, right? If it is a PDF. Think about the platforms they use for iBooks, or they have books for iPhones. They have Kindle if you're going to push it over on Kindle. Amazon, sell it on Amazon. Think about the platforms that they're going to have. They're going to use their iPads, their desktops. They're going to use their gadgets, their phones. They're going to share it that way. They're going to utilize the information on there. So make sure that how they're learning, do you need more graphics for a recipe book? Do you put your photos on there in the end? How will that transfer over onto the digital products? Okay. All right. And number five, market research techniques. Oh, it could be the fun part, but for me, it's the boring part, right? But some of the tools that you can use, and maybe fun for you, right? Sitting at home researching, it's progress being made, but it's not very measurable. So it's like, what did I do all day? Then watch YouTube videos and read blogs. So that's how I feel. That's how I feel about market research. But think about something that you can do is website analytics, right? You use tools like Google Analytics to gather data on how your users are interacting with your website, right? With your web pages, where they're visiting, where they're going to next, and where they drop off. So in this video, I won't go into details about where you can find those at, but stay tuned and subscribe. So when I drop that video on your research marketing, on the analytic tools that you can use to better your digital business, you need to be tuned in and subscribed for that release, right? For the next one, okay, something called heat maps out there. Now this was, it wasn't too new to me, but like if you use vidIQ, right? You use vidIQ and it can tell you how the people are moving and what they're doing on the website, but heat maps, it implements, it's a software that usually sees where users click, and sometimes in analytics, whatever program you're using, it'll tell you their clicks. Like if you do the ads on Facebook, you can get all of that information depending on your personal website. Like I use WordPress, then you definitely can use WordPress, and you definitely, I'll put the description down below, but those things, those tools on there, and those apps and plugins on there, they can follow how they click, how they scroll, how long they spend on your website, when they're scrolling, what they focus on, what grabs them, what graphics, what photos. So those heat maps type tools out there are definitely what are very, very useful, and stay tuned for a video more about that, right? So, and number 6, we have made it to number 6, and number 6, implementing your findings. Isn't that amazing? Now, implementing your findings comes from after you've been up and running for a minute and you have feedback. Now, it can be the first day. You drop a thing and somebody asks you a question and you go and create that product and you move right along. For some of us, it wasn't that same day, right? So implementing your findings, an example is personalized marketing, right? Using the insights to create personalized marketing campaigns that addresses the specific needs and preferences of your target audience. Now, one thing with me when I was, or as a coach, that's exactly what I do. So when I'm with my clients and they ask me questions, all I do is hurry up and just create the product real quick, or create something real quick, show them how to do it, and send it to them, right? And that's exactly what I'm known for. You ask me a question, I just shoot a quick video if I haven't already made it, shoot you the link if I have, and then you can move on and go on real fast. But that's part of the coaching services that I have in one of my premium packages. But the next one is product development. Adjust or develop new products based on feedback and data collected to better meet the needs of your target market. Now, this is a plus. This is so efficient and beneficial. You can just go over, I use Canva, so I head back over to Canva, do some things like, for instance, when I use Canva, and in Canva, when I needed to change my website and change the name or change the links, all I had to do was go back to the product, Add those links in there, change the name at the bottom, the website address, right? Or update the IG handle once it was created and everything's going. Then I just add it over on the document, download it as a PDF, upload it back to the website very quick. In like 5-10 minutes, you can have a whole new document, and it's just back up there. So when next time someone goes and get it, they'll have the updated information. Sometimes reading over the products, I'm like, how did I miss that spelling? Or someone will say, hey, on page 7, what were you trying to say right here, because the spelling is all off. I'm like, oh, I go in there, correct it real quick, send them the updated one, and then make sure that I upload the corrected version onto the website. That is a plus and a bonus with digital products. You don't have to go back to the supplier. You don't have to do it with hardback books. With your digital products, with your printed hard copies, you're not grabbing all of those hard copies back. But with the digital, you can resend it to everyone, because you have those analytics on your website on everyone who purchased that product, right? So everyone who downloaded that product, you can send the email and say, this is the updated version because page 7 had these things on there. So you can always engage with your contacts that way, right? You never lose anything when you have your own platform, and that is something else that we will talk about on this channel. So thanks for watching this far. Thanks for staying tuned in. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for new upcoming releases. Check the description box below, because that's where all the goodies are, the free goodies and extra information that you are looking for. Ask your questions so I can make a video for you and send it out. You're not the only one asking that question. All right, so until next time, guys, bye.